Hello from Greybox Security. I am going to be demonstrating the password reset phishing tool, also known as PRP. This tool helps develop and perform password reset man-in-the-middle attacks. The way this attack works is the attack hosts a malicious website that appears to be some sort of registration or survey. Whenever a victim submits information to the site, it is utilized to reset their password for a third-party account. I will be demonstrating how to perform this using PRP. We'll be creating a new campaign. In this demo, we will attack a Twitter account I own. We set up the account name, then the port PRP will host the malicious website on. We will use port 8080. Attackers can optionally utilize GoPhish through PRP to send phishing emails. We will set up the subject of the email as well as the body. For the subject of the email, we will put important email, and for the text, we will put that the link will not reset their password, but of course it will. The link will forward the users to the GoPhish landing site. Note that GoPhish and PRP are separate services. As such, we will need a different URL for each. We will also include a tracking image in the email so that we know when the victim opens the email. So the link will send the victim to GoPhish landing page and will forward them to PRP website. Next, we can set a launch date for this campaign. If we do not select one, the emails will be sent automatically after the campaign is set up. Next is the email server. I will be using a Yahoo email account for this. Last is the target email. This will be our consenting victim. Next, we set up our target websites. These are the sites we will be resetting the victim's password for, in this case, Twitter. We would also add more if we wanted to. Adding too many may lead to suspicion, as it will require more questions in the registration process. Next, we choose the appearance of our PRP website, known as the bait the user will see. We will select SurveyMonkey. We then perform a password reset recon. This is performing a normal password reset process on an account we own for each target website so that PRP may later replicate it. A Firefox browser will open for each target website. Now we'll perform a normal password reset for a Twitter account. Note, any actions we perform will be replicated by PRP later, so it is important to click and type carefully. And we are done. We can save the recording as is, but let's make a few changes to make the file cleaner. We really only need the action that click or type. The other ones are not needed. The recording is now saved. We now need to populate our recording with victim answers, so we create a new set of recovery steps. Select our recording and get this pop-up. Recovery steps are used to generate the malicious website. They are composed of a question to ask the victim, example, what is their email or phone number, as well as other types. They also include web browser actions that trigger upon receiving an action from the victim. For example, our first question will be asking what their email address is. Once they answer, PRP will click on the username input box and input some text. We click the checkbox to use the text answer from the victim. We proceed with the reset process by clicking I forgot my password, and so on. Now that we have the first question to ask the victim, PRP can generate a web page. It will look something like this. It will ask them what their email is. The site itself looks like a survey for a prize. Twitter will send an SMS verification code, but we make the victim believe we sent it. We will ask for their phone number to avoid suspicion, but as we have no need for it, there will be no web browser action on this step. The next step for the SMS verification code. If we say we sent it and the user is not paying attention to the text, our attack will be successful. Now the website will ask for their phone number. Then it'll say we have sent an SMS for verification and to enter the code. The last step is a little bit special. It will be the step to set up the new password for the compromised account. As such, it will not ask the user any questions. Instead, PRP will generate a password and automatically perform the web browser action upon reaching the step. We could leave it out of the action to submit the reset change, but we will include it. The page for this step will look like this. Some sort of confirmation that they have completed the registration. Other types of recovery steps will include asking a static question such as, what is your mother's maiden name? Another step would ask the victim to solve a dynamic picture. To set this up, we need to tell the PRP the location coordinates of the picture. We can scroll through the pictures of our recording for reference, then select the box coordinates. When the step starts at the runtime during the attack, it will screenshot the picture and display it to the victim. This can be used to solve simple traditional CAPTCHA challenges. For more complex interactive CAPTCHAs, we select the CAPTCHA step to ask the victim to wait. During this time, the attackers can manually solve it. Note, this is the only manual work for the attackers during the attack. All the other steps are performed automatically. Additionally, we can make steps conditional. If we provided text that is found in the HTML of the target website during the attack, then the step will activate. Otherwise, it will be skipped. This is good for the reset processes that are dynamically based on the user's account. With that, we have defined the recovery steps and finished setting up the campaign. We can view the campaign by clicking on it, and can now see its overview. At the top are our GoFish statistics. We can use our email that has already been sent. Although PRP utilizes the GoFish API to do some common tasks, we will still have direct access to GoFish, in case we have need for custom phishing work. Back in the overview, we can also see any successful victims. This will be shown later. Next is the phishing tab. We can resend our phishing email here, or we can send them for the first time if this step was skipped during the setup. The last tab is for controls and options. Here we have the ability to start and stop the server as well as delete the campaign. These common controls can be accessed by right-clicking the campaign button. By starting the server, PRP will prepare a Firefox browser for the first victim. To lower any wait time for our victim, it is automatically minimized for convenience's sake. Back in our controls, we can export our campaign results to a text file. We can view and modify our recovery steps. The campaign service can be exported and later imported to other PRP instances. We can also send custom email notifications to all our victims, or only the successful ones. As for the configurations, we can select the port number to run the PRP man in the middle server. Lastly, we can deselect the appearance of our server or wait. I will now demonstrate the password reset man in the middle attack. With our PRP server up and phishing email sent, let's get this started. Our victim will first open up their email. If we refresh our campaign overview, we see this is reflected. The victim will then follow the link. This is also reflected in the overview. The victim begins to fill out a survey. Upon receiving submission, PRP spawns a new Firefox browser to prepare for the next victim, if there was one. Meanwhile, PRP is starting the password reset process. While the user thinks that they are registering to our website, all their information is being used to reset their Twitter password. If the victim does not pay attention, they will think the code Twitter sends them is actually from us. Some websites even allow the option to copy the code without reading the text. And like that, we have completed the attack. The browser is left open in case the attacker wants to use the account. Going back to the campaign overview, we can see the successful victim. Important information is listed as well as the screenshots of the attack. Double-clicking the entry will show a pop-up with more details. It includes the answer for each step, along with the associated screenshots when applicable. It also contains the overview information on the right, and it provides the option to export the data and email the victim. It is our hope that this tool leads to improved user awareness as well as more secure reset processes. That concludes this demonstration of PRP.